Hello, it's Ciaran McLoughlin from Gaming America. I'm joined by the chairman of the National Indian Gaming Commission. Welcome along. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm E Sequoyah Simermeyer. I'm chairman of the National Indian Gaming Commission. I'm a member of the Kohari tribe, and I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you very much. No, thank you for joining us. I think first of all, can you explain how your agency ensures efficient and effective regulation of tribal gaming operations?
Sure. Well, I think one of the unique aspects of Indian gaming is our regulatory framework. Although Indian gaming on tribal lands has been around for well before 1988, in 1988 a federal law established multiple jurisdictions' roles in gaming that takes place on Indian lands. And that structure, along with the policy objectives of what the regulatory community looks to accomplish in Indian gaming, really requires collaboration, government-to-government relationships, and really the engagement of tribal lawmakers in the oversight of gaming on Indian land. So that really is an important part of making sure that the role that we play as regulators is efficient and it doesn't stand in the way unnecessarily of innovation because these tribal governmental businesses are so essential to tribal communities.
Looking at regulation, what could you say are the benefits of self-regulation in tribal gaming?
Within Indian gaming, self-regulation is a specific status that the federal framework allows for if tribes want to pursue it. And in that circumstance, for certain aspects of the gaming that takes place on Indian lands, there's a reduced federal oversight role. And it is not only a reduction in the role that we play because of the strength of the tribe's own regulatory capacity, it's an opportunity for tribes that have a certificate of self-regulation that's been presented by the National Indian Gaming Commission to the tribal government. It's an opportunity to communicate both internally to their tribal citizens as well as to other jurisdictions the strength and the establishment of their regulatory community.
I mean, looking more at commercial gaming, one thing I've noticed there's been a lot of cyber threats to casinos. How are you dealing with that within Indian gaming at the minute?
Absolutely. I think all industries, any global industries in the U.S. are dealing with this sharp increase in the sophistication of the types of ransomware attacks and cyber threats that are out there. I think it's important the regulatory community continue to work together and try to coordinate in sharing information, whether it's Indian gaming or commercial state gaming regulated. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity that we continue to build there and have positive collaboration. Within the National Indian Gaming Commission, we have, as part of our mission, the role of providing training and technical assistance. And so we've worked on developing our subject matter expertise, pulling on subject matter experts from within the federal agencies to provide information, tech alerts, provide IT vulnerability assessments to help tribal regulators give on-the-ground risk assessments. But I think one of the things that there's an opportunity for within Indian gaming is because of the strength in many communities at the local level of the ability to oversee and provide risk assessments, it can help to inform tribal leadership about what are the appropriate next steps to mitigate the risk at that local level. But it's absolutely a challenge across many industries and something that we as a regulatory community are going to work hard to try to support effective measures against.
You touched on it there about technology. In terms of the agency's regulation of tribal gaming, how does technology play a role in that?
Technology is something where, as the regulatory community, it's really important that we're transparent and precise about the role that we do and don't play, and that allows operations to innovate in appropriate ways and with a clear understanding of where the regulatory framework might lie. As a regulatory body ourselves, there's an opportunity for us to always look at how can we be more effective in using technology, again, to be efficient and effective in how we are providing our oversight. And so that's all something that we're looking at. We have a broad footprint. Indian gaming represents about over $40 billion a year revenue industry with 250 tribes that are licensing over 500 operations on Indian land in 29 states. And so finding ways to be efficient through the use of technology, to be more targeted in the roles that we play, can only benefit the industry and benefit the success of regulators.
I mean, I think a final question for me, I suppose looking ahead this year, more of a broader sense, like the main trends of tribal gaming. I think one of the things I noticed was sports betting's getting quite big within tribal communities. What do you think the main trends will be in this coming year?
It's we're continuing to focus on helping to provide insights on technology both as a threat and as an opportunity, as we talked about earlier, whether it's improving the ability for us to regulate and provide oversight in efficient ways, and working in collaboration with tribal government especially to identify what are the needs at the local level and where we can make a contribution. And that's going to be different across a really diverse cross-section of tribal governments, but I think we'll continue to try to find flexibilities in our framework and be diligent about meeting our responsibilities and clear about that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us, and yeah, see you guys.